how's your health? How's your leg doing after all the procedures you've gone through?
It's been very rough. It's a tough process because I didn't really know what I was going to put myself into, which is a good thing, because if I knew that it's going to be this horrible, maybe I could have hesitate on the surgery, but I didn't know. So I went there free-minded, and the surgery went well. Everything is going well, actually, but still a very tough process.
The rehabilitation process.
Yeah, the injury and the pain, the irritation and everything, very, and then also the fact of being dependent. You can't do anything.
Wow.
You have to call a friend out to drive you or to Uber or stuff. You can, doing a daily basis stuff is very hard.
Francis, how long is the recovery process? How long are you going to be in crutches? How long are you going to be, on the sidelines?
It's step by step. With the crutches, they give you about 4 to 6 weeks with crutches, and then stuff before you work, about the same time. But that doesn't mean you're here. It's just the first step. You're just strong enough to be able to work on your own. And then after that, you have until maybe 3 to 4 months to be able to jog, to have that stability on your knee, to have your ACL or your MCL strong, just enough to hold you on that ground when you're not pivoting. And by 5 to 6 months, you're able to do every activities that you're pivoting, such as boxing, even wrestling, jiu-jitsu, but very light, and until 9 months that you're probably 9 months to 1 year that you're 100% recovery.
9 months?
If everything
So in all likelihood, you might not fight into the beginning of 2023. I don't want to put a timetable on this. This is your world, baby.
Or the end of 2022.
Okay.
Or the end of 2022.
That's the timeline.
What other athlete is your injury comparable to?
A lot of athletes has those injury. We always walk around. Basically, I'm in Vegas, so I'm all the time at the UFC PI, and you will see people coming from all around the world with for the rehab for their injury, and most of the time it's gonna be ACL, MCL, or LCL. Even PCL or whatever, meniscus. But until you're there, you don't really know what it is,
At least you're in Vegas and they have good centers that you can rehab better, right? I'm assuming they have a good facility there to help you expedite the process.
Absolutely. Yeah. The facility there is great. We have a very good quality of physical therapy of people there at the UFC Performance Institute. I think it's the best, for my experience, because I was even hurt before the fight. And they helped me to strengthen my legs and do everything, so put me, build my other muscles enough to put me in the confidence to go into a fight with that type of injury. I think just...
You're talking about the fight with Cyril Gane?
Yeah.
You saw this fight, right, Pat?
Of course we watched this.
Of course.
So how injured were you at that fight?
It was this injury. I was ACL, MCL.
Got it. Because the way you fought that fight is not the way you fight the fight. It's slightly different the way you fought it. Everybody was kind of watching, and you'd read the commentating, you'd see what some of the experts are saying. But what I think ended up happening with the fight is you earned respect because you beat him in his strength rather than, what people thought the style you were going to take. Am I off on the assessment some people gave?
No, you're not off. I think those who were off was those people who was thinking that, because not because you haven't seen me display some of my skill doesn't mean I don't have it, or doesn't mean I'm not practicing. I go to practice every day, every week, and I practice everything. But I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, when I go to a fight, sometimes the fight goes by really quick after a few seconds or a few minutes, so I don't have to display all those techniques or those discipline. I have no problem with that. But as far as my last fight, I didn't have many arsenal in my pocket because like I couldn't move properly. I was so concerned, so afraid. Basically, like when the fight started, I'm like, oh, maybe I should listen to the doctor. Maybe I should listen to my team. Maybe I should have listened, you know, because I don't know about my knee. I'm not sure about this, you know, and I was fighting myself, you know, and I was very slow on everything, every reaction. I was kind of like a second behind to reaction because I was thinking about me fighting myself until I get past that before I step into the fight. But honestly, like getting into that fight, it was just for me, the only reason that I go to that fight, it was my honor, you know. Knew that I wasn't like 100%, but just trust the fact that I'm just a fighter, you know. I've been in a lot of shit in life, so and I handled myself out of it pretty good.
If you enjoyed this short clip, click over here to watch another short clip. And if you want to watch the entire episode, the entire podcast, click here.